Hey golf fans, this is early 1981 and welcome back to PlayStation 5 PGA Tour 2K21 live gameplay here on the channel. Today we are going to be taking on Stephen Irish's LiDAR version of Kasumigaseki Country Club. This is the East Course and it is going to be hosting the Tokyo 2021 Golf Olympics. In 2016 the course was redesigned by Tom Fazio in preparation to host the Tokyo Olympics. I've got very little information on the course. I do know it is meant to be a challenging course with really tough greens. So without further ado, let's get into this one. As always, we will be leaving everything at default. Fairways are firm, greens are normal, green speed is fast, time of day is dusk and the weather is clear. So let's check out the tee options. We will be playing from pin set number 1. I am representing Great Britain for this round, guys, so I hope you like my outfit. We do have 5 tee options. We are going to be swinging from the gold tees, which are playing 7,376 yards. It is absolutely roasting here as I record this, guys. I cannot put on my fan because it makes too much background noise, so I've got no idea if the controller is going to slip out of my hands. So let's see what hole number 1's about. Tight fairway. I don't think we're going to be hitting driver here. One, because it's a very tight bottleneck fairway up there, guarded by bunkers. We are going to come back to the 3-wood. Main reason is I do not want to leave myself a pitch shot, guys. I cannot stand pitch shots in this game. There's nothing wrong with the shot, it's just I can't execute them. But that is a fantastic opening tee shot. Fairway kicks us over to the right hand side, and we are going to have an 8-iron into this heavily protected pin. But we're de-lofting this 8-iron and trying to use that slope to our advantage here. Let the ball kick into it and hopefully run up the slope close to the pin. Could not have hit that any better. That is an absolute delightful shot. We've hit the slope. Has it got the legs to get up there? Didn't kick on as much as I would have liked, but we are going to have an opening putt for birdie. From 13 feet out, green speeds are 174, and if you guys have watched my last couple of rounds, I cannot putt for toffee at the moment. It's not my reading off the putts, it's my putt line. That one's actually not bad, but I've severely underhit that. Wow. For 174 greens, that didn't feel the quickest of putts, but we just about pick up the par. Decent way to start the round, and we will move on to hole number 2 at level par. So this one's playing 372 yards. Once again, I'm not going to be hitting the driver here. It's probably the easier shot because it takes one of the bunkers out of the equation, but we're going to lay up with 3-wood down the right hand side and hopefully leave nothing more than a wedge. So far, swinging really well, and hopefully this leaves us nothing more than a 9-iron or wedge into the second green. But if, like me, guys, you love playing the RCRs with current events, this course is going to be right up your street. So we only have 93 yards to the flagstick. I think lob wedge, slightly de-lofted and a little bit of backspin applied. This should work out well. Once again, try to land this below the flagstick, short of the pin. It's another perfect. This is tracking well. It's long though. Wow, really didn't expect to be long there. It has left us a 10-foot putt, 4 inches downhill. Very little movement in this one. Just going left edge of the cup, playing this firm. There's very little break in this. How on earth is that moving as much as that? Wow, I can't believe we've missed that putt. Wow. But once again, looking back at the putt now, the beads are moving slightly quicker than what it showed me. But we will have to take our medicine there. But we could and should be 2 under par as we step on to the 3rd hole. This is a longer par 4. Fairly wide fairway here, so just taking it down the centre of the fairway. Wind will hold us up. Oh, there's a huge red slow. And with that, we are going to come up short and right. That is going to leave us a long approach shot into this 3rd green. 183 yards, 6 mile per hour wind in our face. I'm actually going to play the 4-iron and just de-loft this a bit. Once again, try to use the fairway as our friend. Try to kick this on from the front of the green. Tiny slow, this should still get there. Go on ball, need it to get a firm bounce. Didn't really get the firm bounce. A slight false front just defending that green once again. We've came up short, but let's see if we can chip this one in, or at the very least get it close from 10 yards out. That tiny slow just really killed me there. Decent execution, and it just slides past the right edge. A little bit too firm. We do have a 5-foot putt for the par. This would be our third consecutive par in a row, which it is. But look at my swing line. I'm just not even going to mention it now, guys, because my swing line on my putts is just horrific, and I now think it's a mental thing that's creeping into my game. Really in between clubs here. 5 wood short. 3 wood's too long. But I actually think if we de-loft this 5 wood, we may get a favourable kick up towards the pin. We get the perfect 101% power, but we really need a firm kick here. We do get it, but the only problem here is this green, as we've seen from the overhead shot, really slopes hard. That may come off the green. No, it's held. Oh no, it's away again. Oh wow, that is absolutely brutal, and it just shows you how punishing and undulating these greens are. So I think we're going to have to try and chip this up. Just going to go with the pitching wedge here. A little bit of backspin. We should catch the top of the slope, but it should release out. Go on, get in the hole. It's just going to come up short left. Decent effort there. And we are going to pick up our 4th par in a row. We have had a couple of good birdie opportunities that we've not converted, and we should be convincingly under par as we step on to the first of the par 5s, which is hole number 5. Wind's going to move us from right to left, so setting this down the right hand side of the fairway. We do get it perfect. Why can't I putt like that? I used to be able to putt like that, guys. I just do not know what it is. I think it's more a mental thing now rather than the inability to putt straight. But good drive. It's going to leave us a long way into, well, we're not reaching. I don't think driver gets there. We've got an 82 to 85%, but just try to get this as far down the fairway as possible. Slight fast. Probably if it was a grey fast, it would have helped us out, but not a red fast. And that's probably going to leave us the dreaded pitch shot. For me anyway, I know there's so many players out there so comfortable with the pitch shots, no matter what the difficulty level they're playing on. But this club is made for it. Hopefully I can execute this well. We do get it perfect. That should be money. It should release and then sit. It's done exactly that, and we are going to have a really good opportunity for our first birdie of the round here. 6 feet out. Very little movement once again. This time it's a better putt line, good read. And we do, at long last, after 5 holes, get to 1 under par. But you've got to strongly fancy the Americans for the Tokyo 2021 Olympic gold medal, guys, at the golf. Very strong team. Once again, laying up here with 3 wood. If you are good at pitching, guys, and good off the tee with a longer driver, you will cut this course up, because 2 or 3 par 4s now could have just been a drive and a pitch. But I've laid up, left myself 96 yards, so this sand wedge with lots of backspin should be money. There is a slope if we are long, but not intending to be long. Tiny fast. Will take us maybe a little bit long and left, but this ball should have plenty of backspin on it to come all the way back down the slope. Just like that. And hopefully we have another good look for birdie, this time from 5 feet. Just going but a cup and a half outside the cup. It should turn back in. It does, and we do pick up back-to-back birdies, and we move to 2 under par. The greens are a real challenge though, guys, like I was informed they would be. Hole number 7, it's another par 3 in between clubs here. We're going to have to de-loft this 5 wood and play for the slope at the back of the pin. Oh, we get the perfect. Hopefully yardage is good. This ball is tracking so well. There's a firm bounce. Should come back off this slope and hopefully leave us another good look for birdie. There's the slope. Didn't come back off it as much as I would have liked or hoped. But this is a tricky putt from 15 feet out. Slightly downhill. Turning from left to right. It's a decent putt. Should start to turn. Has it got the legs? Has it got the legs? It has got the legs, and it drops in the side door. And we do move to 3 under with 3 consecutive birdies with a par 5 coming up. But guys, what a fantastic course this is. I will be trying to watch as much of the Olympics on the TV, especially the golf, as possible. So par 5 just taking us down the left hand side. Wind should move us, but not with that red slope. That is going to leave us with a lot of work to do, because we're now not going to reach this green in 2. would have comfortably reached if we hit a good drive. But just try to chase driver as far down this fairway as possible. It's another slow that could come back to bite us here. Should hold the fairway, but it looks like it could be another pitch shot. 63 yards out, 61 yards out, sorry, 63 yard club here is absolutely made for it. As long as we avoid a red fast or slow, I think we should be okay here. We get the tiny slow, surely that's not going to affect us too much. Ball should sit, it has sat down, and once again, we've played a good pitch shot there. It's another very makeable putt from 7 feet, just going outside right edge, should turn back towards the hole with the break. It does, and we are really cooking with gas here. We do pick up our 4th birdie on the trot, and after a slow start, we do find ourselves 4 under here at the Olympic course in Tokyo. Longer par 4 once again. Driver is made for this with that wind with us. Swinging really, really well, swing line wise. We've had a few slows that have really affected us, but nothing major. So we boomed that drive all the way down this 9th fairway. And with that 9 mile per hour wind behind us, pitch and wedge should be almost perfect for this shot. Oh, it's a slight slow, but I don't think that's going to affect us too much. Look at this, yardage is right at it. Hit the pin. That ball just did not sit down at all. And we've left ourselves a 10-foot putt. Slightly downhill once again. And this one is going to turn from right to left. Look at that putt line. Look at that putt line. How on earth that goes in, I'll never know. Horrible putt line. 5 consecutive birdies in a row, guys. We are on a hot streak here as we step on to the back 9. Hole number 10. Oh, this is a difficult par 3. Look at that slope defending this pin. Wow. I'm really in between clubs here. I think 5 wood's too long, so we're going to have to try and de-loft this 4 hybrid. Try and land it at the front of the green. Hopefully it's got enough legs to get up the slope. It's a great strike. Hasn't got the legs to go though. Needs to fly. Needs to fly. Don't go in the bunker. How punishing is that, guys? That wind really held the ball up there, and we do have a horrible shot from the bunker. I'm just going to try and splash this out up into the green, and hopefully it makes its way up the slope. It's a great execution. It is going to leave us an uphill putt. Not a lot of movement in this though. I think it's the first uphill putt we've left ourselves. It's tracking well, and we do convert that par putt for the up and down save, and we will remain at 5 under par. But yeah, so far guys, you don't want to be going past the pins. Anything short of the pins, depending on how severe the slope is, will leave you the easier uphill putts. But hole number 11, mid-range par 4, there's a perfect. The wind's going to take us over to the left-hand side, but I feel this is going to kick back to the right-hand side. It didn't. That slopes look as if it's moving from left to right. Even my feet's moving left to right. That's weird that it kicked left, but let's see if we can get this pitch and wedge full backspin here. This should land past the pin and hopefully spin back. 11 mile per hour wind's going to hinder us here. Setting this out way right. Oh, it's a slow. That's going to come up short right now. It's a grey slow, but it's still going to be heavily affected. That may spin off the green, you know. It's actually stayed. Didn't generate any backspin whatsoever, but the ball stopped stone dead. And we do have a 12-foot putt for birdie. This would be birdie number 6. That should turn. It's looking good, and it is good, and we do pick up our 6th birdie off the round, and we do move to 6 under par. But what a fantastic course this is, guys. I'm absolutely delighted to be bringing this to your attention. Hole number 12, long par 4, playing 496 yards. Fantastic tee shot there. That wind is heavily moving us from left to right, and we are going to have a long way in from the fairway into this green. 192 yards out. Look at that pin, it's heavily protected. Anything short of that slope is coming all the way off. Anything long, the ball's disappearing as well. So we're going to have to try and bounce this off the slope and try and get that middle tier of the green. Oh, that's a fast, but the wind should hopefully help us out. Are we going to get a favourable kick here? Go on, ball. Kick right. Go on. Go on. That may actually come off the slope. And once again, it's just showcasing how punishing these greens are if you're slightly off your intended target. Wow, look at this. This is a horrible shot. I'm going to opt to splash this. A chip could go all the way down that slope there. Delicate shot here. Trying to get the partial. We do get the partial, and with that we hit the slow, but we did put enough backspin on it. And we've got a 4-foot putt for the par. We do convert that, and we will remain at 6 under par. But wow, this is a really challenging course, guys. It's a fairly flat course. Like I say, tight fairways. Lots of decision making to be made off the tee where you want to leave yourself a pitch or a wedge. And the greens are absolutely heartbreaking at times. There is another red slope. Not the worst of red slows, so we're not going to be losing too much distance. Ball still rolls out at 274 yards. 129 yards to the pin. Pitch and wedge de-lofted should be good. Anything right or left, or too far right or left of the pin, the ball's going to disappear off the green again. It's a tiny slow, but the wind should have enough. That wind's not moving me at all. It's staying right, and with that, I fear we're going to catch the slope. Oh, we have done. And that ball, once again, rolls all the way off these greens. So let's see if we can chip this one close. May have a chance of going in if we get it on a good line. 13 yards out. Oh, it's a red slow. It's going to come up woefully short, and it has done, and that's a missable putt. 7-footer. I want it to be at least inside 5 feet and just leave myself the one break box. Turn. Oh, early. That turned a lot more than I gave it credit for, and there is our first bogey off the round. Wow, that ball really broke hard left as soon as it left the face of the putter there. We do drop back down to 5 under par, but let's see if we can get that shot straight back here on the par 5, 14th. Bunker and play down the left-hand side. That should just be about okay. Surely this kicks right. But guys, once again, a huge shout out to all you fantastic subscribers and viewers who leave some amazing comments. Some of the comments I have received on the channel recently, guys, really motivates me to keep going, keep creating content for all you wonderful people. So 3 wood should have more than enough to get up onto the green. There's a perfect. I don't think we'll be close to the pin though. That pin is so tough to access with the 3 wood. It's going to be a monster putt. Maybe it's not the right idea. We're 46 feet out here. This is for the eagle. Sloping from right to left. Very extreme for the first 20 feet, 25 feet. Then it should kind of settle down and maybe move back towards the cup. We got the weight. Should start to turn back towards the hole. Weight was good, and I tell you something, absolutely delighted with that. Still a missable birdie from 3 feet out. Oh, no way. You couldn't make this up. What is going on with my putting, guys? I can't believe the ball is moving as much as that from 3 feet. Arguably my putt line combined with it. But I have just really got a case of the yips this night. Short par 4 here once again. But we've got to take on driver because I think that 8 mile per hour wind will ensure we don't leave ourselves a pitch shot. Tiny slope. I really can't get over how bad my putting is just now, guys. I don't think it's the lack of reading the greens. I just think it's the execution, which I think it's in my head. It really is. So we've got a backstop here. I don't think we should really need to use it though with that wind. Tiny slope. And look how far right that ball's tracking. Yardage should be really, really good. Should spin back. Didn't spin back at all. I'm struggling to generate any spin on the green so far. It's a makeable putt for birdie. We should convincingly be 7, 8, 9 under here, guys, if I could putt better. But we do get that drop shot. Well, I didn't drop a shot, but we do get that birdie from the previous hole that we should have converted. And we're maybe back on track here. 6 under par. Hole 16, par 3. Once again, just going to come back a few clubs here. I'm going to try and kick this on from the fairway, which looks like it's going to kick from right to left. The wind will also move us out towards the the left-hand side as well. We get the perfect. Oh, that wind's moved me a little bit more than I expected. There's the kick left. And some of these greens are just so hard to get close to. Look at the movement in this. You've really got to try and get at least 2-3 feet to the pins to ensure you're giving yourself makeable putts. Get in the hole. What a touch of genius that was. That was a fantastic chip shot. We did execute a slight slow, but we will take that, and we do get to 7 under par. But this really is a fantastic course, guys. I have seen YouTube flyovers off the course. Apart from that, I've got limited information. I cannot thank the designer enough for creating this for all of us to play alongside the Olympics. Oh, I'm just going to come back to 3 woods here. Once again, bailing out on the pitch shot. But I did say a good few holes previously, I couldn't have played that any better. That if you are good and comfortable with the pitch shots with the longer driver, you could probably cut this course up with just playing a lot of drives and leaving yourself pitches. But look how heavily defended these pins are on pin set number 1. We're going to have to go sandwich here, just slightly de-lofted. There is a backstop once again that we can use if we are long. We get it perfect. I don't think we should be long. That ball should run out really well for us getting the hole. It's another fantastic shot, and we really are playing target golf into some of these greens. Oh, early. This is beyond the joke now. It really is beyond the joke, guys. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. Wow. Lesser men would probably rage quit just now with the inability just to putt, and I'm sure that comes down to my putt line. So we move on to the final hole of this superb course, which is a par 4. 7 under par is not a real reflection of how we've played from tee to green. It's another laser beam, and this is a fantastic finishing hole. I don't think that's going to be much more than an 8 or 9 iron across the water. 128 yards. Tell you something, it's going to be the wedge. Anything short of the pin, that ball's just going to come all the way back into the bunker. But lovely grandstand finish here. What a way to end the round. Can we end it with birdie? Slight slow. Yardage is going to be good, but it is going to take us right off our target. Yardage was good. We would have been right at that flagstick. And this is going to leave us a horrible putt. Wow, look at that. These greens are absolutely brutal in areas. So this is just a lag putt. Try to leave it safe. I've not read that well. That ball's going to catch a slope. That's off the green. Oh, early. It's going to be a tough putt. At least it's uphill. I really want to convert this. 6 under certainly wouldn't reflect how I've played. Best putt line of the round, would you believe it? We do convert the par save, and we do finish with a 64-7 under par on a fantastic course. But wow, I really hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed recording it, guys. But that is it for today's video. I will leave you with my round stats. Get out there and check the course. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Until the next video, guys, take care, peace out, and love you all. Bye.